Hello everyone, welcome to Visual Arts Tailor. I am Sudeep and here I am gonna show you how to create Squid Game motion title animation in After Effects. So without wasting time, let's start the animation. First of all, step number one, we will create a new composition and make two different objects. First the Squid Game quote and then the title with individual shapes, and then we are gonna align those objects. Now the importing part is done, and now drag and drop the first reference and right click, transform, fit to comp height, and it's set. Now what you can do, uh, just lock the layer, then go to shape 2 and create those shapes one by one individually. Now I have created all the shapes so far. It is time to make the alignments. I will try to check both triangles base, and I think I have to move the title set a little up. Yes, perfect. Here, okay, that's final. Now I'm gonna save it and rename the composition. Now I'm duplicating it. It's just I'm creating it for the backup purposes, so if I do any mistake in the new composition, I can easily go back to the previous composition. Now the third step is to create the animation. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna quickly come back to the composition, and once again I'm gonna duplicate it and double click, open it. Yes, so what I'm gonna do, select the circle first, then make it solo, go to third second and stroke width. Here click on that stopwatch to create a keyframe, then go back to like 1 second, make it like 18 or so, and then go back to 1 second, scale it down further, 0. Select the circle layer again, press T to open the opacity function, click, set it to 0, to 1, set it 100, and yes, select the circle layer, press U. To create the noisy appearance, you have to go to layer, new, adjustment layer, and go to effect menu, type fractal noise and grain, drag and drop on top of it. So now on timeline, go to at 0 0 and go to evolution, and again here I can't see anything because of this adjustment layer effect. Just check it off. Now you can say the fractal noise here, make some movement and create a keyframe, go to 1 or 2, make it like, yes, this will work, and go to third position, go further just a little bit. Now go to circle layer and expand the transfer control pan, select with selecting the circle layer, go to track matte option and check luma matte. Now go to adjustment layer again, click on opacity with 100% to create a keyframe, opacity keyframe, and go to 2 or here somewhere. I'm gonna down the opacity to 0, and again with selecting the adjustment layer, press U and you can see all the keyframes here. Now we have to create the same effect for all other shapes. So what we can do, we can easily duplicate the adjustment layer 6 times, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and place them each on top of every layer. Now go to circle, press U again, and see here you can quickly create the same animation by just simply selecting the stroke width and go to edit menu, copy, go to triangle, stroke width, and paste. See how easy is that? And again, opacity, copy, go to triangle, press T, opacity, and paste. So I'm gonna quickly set all the layers and I will come back to create the animation. As the appearance is completed, we'll check it, and here you can see the problem. I'm gonna quickly adjust it and select it and reposition. Here we will delete the first keyframe from the stroke, select keyframe for the shape path, so here what I have done, I have just simply deleted the first uh, keyframe from each and every shape and adjusted the position of top and the bottom side of the square, and that's it. Okay, so the appearance is done. Now we are gonna go to the animation part. So now before creating the animation, we will duplicate the composition, then rename it animation start. That's it. Now double click on it. Now I'm gonna select all the adjustment layers and trim it to 3 seconds, pressing alt, closing third bracket, and then select the triangle, go to 301 and press Control Shift D and Control D to duplicate it, and no track matte. Now make it solo, just the duplicated layer, and choose pen tool, and here create tool mask. Now do this, uh, click, click, and this, and select both point and press down key to adjust it. Then what we can do here, select the upper layer, take the path and create a keyframe for the shape path, press U, and now go to the desired time frame, select them individually, check the solo button for this triangle also, and take it here, P and move. Go to the previous frame and do this. And now extend it. And now here, with moving this triangle, the base will also cut out. Now here I will select the base triangle and then mask path, create a keyframe, press U, and now I'm just going to select these 2 points and there. Before doing the follow up, I'm gonna select the first keyframe, right click, keyframe assistant, is easy in, and there's 1 2 easy, and go to graph editor. Yes. Now zoom in and continue with the keyframe animation. You can also do this. Yes, super dimension. This is better. So now I have to refine all those keyframes here. Now as you can see, the triangle animation is finished. I'm gonna go for the circle now. So I will work with uh, the lower one. I think its position is not right, so adjust it properly. Okay, select the circle layer and press Shift Ctrl D, move it up and turn off the track matte option, no track matte. Then take this circle layer down. Now select the pen tool and press Ctrl and click somewhere in the blank space, just to make it sure that no layer is selected, and create okay, first of all just click here and then shift click here. Now move it little bit upward, make it sure that the endpoint matches to the inner perimeter of this circle. And now clear those guides, take it down in between the circle, and now press Ctrl and click again mouse side and select the pen tool and create another line, then adjust it. Okay, I think I made the mistake, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna duplicate the shape and delete one from here and the other from there, and it is done. And now let's do the animation. To do the animation properly, we have to add the triangle also, so that we can match the timing properly. Here select the shape layer, add trim path, go to trim path and 0. At this point, uh, create a keyframe for trim path end, and here is 100. So as we have created the first move, then we'll create the animation for the circle. So here, select the circle layer and add also trim path for the circle. Then here, one thing, uh, take the anchor point to the middle, and now rotate to 180, and now start the animation. Now at this point it start to open. At this point, open up the circle, just move forward for one frame and then create keyframe for the start and 21.2. Now here select this shape layer, add trim path and put a keyframe here. Now move the keyframe for the second line a little bit, then start the animation. Then jump to the next frame, select the circle, trim path is already there, I can see, and here I will start animation from the next step. Well, so now the animation is complete. Now we'll polish it. Now I will create animation for the 7. So there is only another identical non-identical animation where remains is the 7. 7 appears somewhere at this point when the position of the triangle is here, somewhere in between here, from point A to point B. Try to create it, and again I will select both shapes, make solo with the triangles, create a quick mask for that, and select the layer, press M, mask path, select selection tool, take it down somewhere here, create keyframe at this position. It goes back to there, then go to this layer, press M, mask path, see, this is easy. And now I will complete the whole set of animation for the title and come back again to add the effect. So as you can see, the animation is complete. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create shadows for some layers. As you can see in the main comp, there are some shapes in which the drop shadow layer style has been applied. I'm going to select the circle and select the shape and solo them, then select the circle, zoom in, right click, layer style, and drop shadow. And exactly this thing I'm gonna do with the other shapes, and I'll be back quickly. So here everything is done. So as you can see, I have duplicated the comp again and opened it. Now it's time to add effects, but before that I will clean up the timeline first. To do so, I will select this layers, right click on it, recomp, rename. Okay, now I will do the same thing for the rest of the part. Now I will go to effects and preset panel, type fill, drag and drop on top of the pre-comp, change the color. Okay, now I will copy the fill effect, go to animation pre-comp, open it, select all the shapes and paste the effect. Now there are some shape layers that changes their color simultaneously with the time. I will select those layers one by one and create the fill effect animation for them. As I have already labeled all those layers with red color so that I can find them quickly, select and duplicate the layer, go to 5 second, go to effect control panel, create a keyframe for the fill color and select the circle layer again, press U and you can see the color value here. Go to 6 second, change it to pinkish red, go to 8 second, change it to red, come back to 7 second, select the keyframe from 6 second, copy and paste it to 7 second, and here you can't see the effect because the effects option is turned off for the layer. Check them and it looks completely fine. Now I will do the same thing for the other layers, and before doing so I will go inside the layer shape and delete the layer style, and now I'll do the same thing for the rest of the layers and I'll be back soon. Now I'm gonna change the color of those duplicate shapes. Now go back to effect comp and see if the animation is okay also. Good. Now I will create the chromatic aberration effect, and to do so I will duplicate the animation precomp, go to project panel, duplicate it from here, drag and drop it to the timeline. Now open it, delete all the color changing layers just because it's totally unnecessary to have them. And now delete all the layer style from the shape layers, and now jump back to effect comp, select the animation pre-comp, go to effect control panel, add fill, create first color for the pre-comp, move it below the original layer, add echo effect, and adjust the echo time value. Now you can see as the line start to move, it start to show the effect. Yes, it's very beautiful. Now create a duplicate and go to fill, create another color, and just put a negative sign before the echo time. Now select both duplicated precomp, press T, open opacity, and I will create keyframe animation to make sure that the appearance of chromatic aberration effect looks better. Now after refining the animation, it looks good. Now select one of those duplicate precomp, Gaussian blur, and press U, add keyframe, press U again, 0, stay at 0, and here continues, and okay. It looks good, and what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna just simply copy the Gaussian blur effect and paste it on another precomp and press U to check it. Here you have to move it. Okay. So right now I'm gonna trim this duplicate layer up to this point, and now the disappearing part. To make the ending, I will go back to animation pre-comp, go to 8 second and select those duplicated layer, press shift control D to split them. Now press T to open opacity, make keyframe, go to 9, again make keyframe, and go to 10 second, make it 0. So 100, 100, 0. Now select the other layers, now press T, make keyframe at somewhere between 813 to 9, make it down to 60, go to there, make it 0, and let's see, deselect all. No, Here, all this transparency problem, we'll fix it. First of all, select all the layer, press U two times, and make some space for the timeline. Delete it. Select this triangle layer, trim it down to 8. Let's check once again. I found it. Delete all those keyframes and now check. Well, here again, here's the problem with the square. So zoom in, select the upper edge of the square, go to pen tool, create, select mask, create a clear mask for the upper edge and do the same thing for the lower edge, and it is done. Now go to effect comp and check the animation. Here I can see problem again. Let's check it. Here what we're gonna do for this whole layer, we're gonna trim it down to 723 second and check again. And the animation is complete. So if you guys have found it helpful, please do share, and if you haven't subscribed the channel yet, hit the subscribe button and press the bell icon to get the notification as soon as I upload a new video. Thank you very much.